What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and right off the bat I need to ask you a very important question. What does this channel and AEW have in common, or really professional wrestling in general? I'll give you a second to think about it, and the answer is a ton of new content that's coming your way, and you can't miss any of it, because I really just need to make this video. Because wrestling is actually fun to watch again. I can't believe it, but I actually have been excited to watch wrestling week in and week out for a very long time now. So I just knew that I needed to make this video and just in general make videos about wrestling in the future because I'm just actually excited. I've been a wrestling fan basically since I was in like kindergarten, first grade-ish, and just now it finally feels like there's a wrestling program to look forward to every week, being AEW. So I just wanted to make this video a lot because CM Punk is, of course, all elite. That has happened. He has been there for weeks already. He's cut a couple of promos. He's went face to face with Darby Allin and Sting, and of course he even hit the go to sleep on the last episode of, I think it was Rampage or so. And yeah, like it was Rampage or Dynamite or something, but whatever it may be, just wrestling is fun to watch, and CM Punk is there, and there is just so many more wrestlers to look forward to going to AEW. And right off the bat, I know this video is mostly going to be titled, at least the first title is going to be why would anyone be a wrestling fan? And my quick answer to that is because AEW exists, and at the very least, I truly believe that AEW is going to be a program that everyone will enjoy watching if you tried to watch it. Maybe not everyone, of course, but the majority of people that the majority of people that have watched wrestling in the past that have stopped watching because they thought that WWE is boring and lame and they don't know what they're doing, that whole crowd needs to watch AEW. I just need to see what they think of this product because it is just so exciting right now. Like, I cannot overstate how just hyped up I am about this, because not only is CM Punk going there, who everyone knows used to call himself the best in the world, in the ring, on the microphone, even on commentary. He did it better than everyone else. And now he is going to be in that company working with all of their young talent, and not only all of their young talent, but all of their ex-WWE talent too, most likely, and just, like, they're really going to have something special going on because CM Punk is not alone. They have a big three now that is going to go with CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Bray Wyatt. Those three wrestlers are probably all going to All Elite Wrestling. Not to mention the likes of Adam Cole, who's probably going to go there. Maybe Braun Strowman could end up there, Buddy Murphy, and who knows who else. AJ Lee might even show up now. Like, really? Like, it's just, what is happening? How did wrestling become this good? And it's because wrestling has always been something that a lot of people can gravitate towards, because who doesn't like to see a guy get punched in the face and just a good fight? And I mean, even though I don't even like boxing, I don't like UFC really, I don't like watching any of that, it just doesn't, I guess, make me feel the same way that wrestling does, and I just don't think that it matters what I watch, because first of all, just, if you don't respect wrestling real quick, I just want to put that out there, like, why not? You really need to understand that even though, yes, it is predetermined, they know who's going to win the matches before it happens, you need to at least respect what these people are doing, because these athletes are putting their bodies and really lives, like, there's no exaggeration there when I say their lives. There have been people that have died in the ring, and there have just been so many examples of just incredibly horrendous injuries and all of that have just really ruined wrestling to a certain extent. And of course, with the Chris Benoit tragedy especially, that is kind of when wrestling really started to go downhill, and then the PG era in WWE, where just really it just doesn't seem like they knew what they were doing for a very long time, and that's why a lot of fans, I guess, stopped watching, because it just didn't seem like something that they were like, it's as understandable, where, like, wrestling should be so easy, because if it's predetermined, you could just follow what the crowd wants, and then you would have a decent program, most likely, because if the crowd wants a wrestler to succeed, you just have them succeed, and then have them in decent programs, and then that'll be that. But WWE has failed to do that for years, and CM Punk was just everything, like, he was the epitome of everything wrong with WWE. That's why he had to leave, because he was just so hurt and just so underutilized and underappreciated that he just felt like he could not be there any longer. And now he finally has a place where not only are they going to, like, their roster is stockpiled with ex-WWE talent, but they also have incredible homegrown talent themselves with the likes of the Jurassic Express, who I've really enjoyed watching, and Hangman Adam Page has been great, and I could keep on going, of course, but at the end of the day, I just really want to focus this in on why wrestling could be fun, because these athletes you're going to see if you watch these programming that they've been putting on for the past couple of weeks. Wow, my words are not working right now. But yeah, like they have been putting on great programming for weeks now, and even though, yes, maybe some people don't love the idea of a wrestling promo, other people really can get involved with that, because really when you watch wrestling, it's like watching a play. It is the longest running anime of all time. All of that. Like, you cannot tell me that it's not similar, because you could just have this long-running program with all these different characters that you're going to gravitate towards some of them, you're going to hate others, and that's kind of the basis of everything. That is what wrestling is. It's who will you like, who will you not like, what teams do you want to see form, what teams do you want to see break up, who do you want to succeed, and that is really all about the talent. And just, some people think that because it's predetermined, there's no skill involved with wrestling. And that is just one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Like, how could you fucking think that just because it's predetermined, it's not actually a good fight? Because yes, they are throwing punches. Some of them look a lot more real than others, of course, because some of them are hitting each other and some of them aren't, and like that's just determined. That's determined by the wrestlers themselves. But with AEW, Aleister Black / Malachi Black going there too. Like, if you watch one of his matches, tell me that he, or even Kenny Omega, and I could really just go on, but like, wrestling will be great, and these matches that they're going to be able to put on alone is going to be fantastic, phenomenal, all the 9 yards, like just, but now thinking about this roster, just taking a step back, a lot of people think that WWE does not know what they're doing, and that is true, and it basically has been true for years, but they do have some great things going, don't get me wrong, even though Bobby Lashley has not had the best program going on with the WWE title, and I cannot believe that they didn't just let him beat Goldberg clean. I still think that they are building to something special with Bobby Lashley, and there will be a lot more clashes. He might face Goldberg again, which I'm not the most excited for, but you know what, maybe we'll get a clean finish there, and that'll be fun to watch, and then we'll get to see Bobby Lashley end up fighting Brock Lesnar in the future. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, he's going to be fighting Roman Reigns now, and what's going on with Paul Heyman, who is he going to align with, and all of that. Like, there's just so many storylines going on where, like, I just think that there's too much talent on both rosters. When Vince McMahon released Bray Wyatt, that did not make any sense, but at the same time, it made all of the sense in the world, because Bray Wyatt, everyone has always compared him to like the next Undertaker, and if you like that style of wrestling, that just completely over the top, mystical being type going on with like the cinematic matches and all of that, Bray Wyatt is the guy right now. He is the guy that was leading the WWE in merchandise sales, and he does that because of his character and just because of how just breathtaking it really is when you see him open his mouth with the promo. Like, you could just see that he cares so much about what he's doing, and he knows so much about wrestling that it's just it's a joy to watch. And if he's there, and CM Punk is there, who always said that he's the best in the world, Daniel Bryan is considered by many to be the best in the world also, and wrestling-wise in the ring, and he can also has shown over the years how great he is just with the microphone and just how entertaining he is. Like, there is so much going on right now. Matt Hardy is my favorite wrestler. He's there fighting Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy has just been so fun to watch over the past couple of years, and I could really keep on shouting out so many different names, but it's just not going to matter, because the worst part about wrestling is that you have to trust the executives and the bookers to make the right decisions. And with WWE, they have not, they've really just lost a lot of people's trust. And that's why with AEW now, they're probably going to have a decent shot at beating WWE in the ratings. But that's only going to make WWE better, because now they're going to have to put out a program that people want to watch. Wow, who would have thought? The television program needs to be entertaining. So now they're going to have to do that. And I think they can do it, and they have the talent to do it, and if they just give them more freedom, I think it would be great, but they just haven't been doing that yet. And I think that Vince kind of realized that, and especially during the pandemic era, it was not good, and I don't think that he was intentionally making it bad or anything like that, but I do think that he knows that it could be better, and he knows how to make it better, and it's just a matter of the advertising. Like, I don't want to overlook just all of the advertising and everything that WWE has, and just the top executives that, like, cannot, they don't want certain programming on their screen, even though it will be entertaining, just because advertisers will not like it. But they can definitely work around that, and AEW kind of has that same thing going on, because little do you know, AEW also needs advertising money. So, like, it's not like it's impossible, and like, they've been doing this for years. They just need to give these wrestlers more freedom, and I think it will happen finally. And just, yes, Vince looks crazy by releasing all these talent, but at the same time, he's just giving AEW a roster that I think any casual viewer can now look at and see and just really appreciate just this entire roster now. Just from the main event all the way down to the lower card, they have great talent. The tag team division is great, the women's division is great, the singles division is great, and just really, it's fun. And just, that's all you need. Like, why wouldn't you watch a program that is entertaining and fun to watch? And that is exactly what AEW has been, and I think if you're a wrestling fan, you really need to check it out. And if you're a wrestling fan, know that more wrestlers are probably on the way. Like, yes, I mentioned all of them, but Jeff Hardy is probably going to end up going there eventually. Who knows about Edge could go there, and like, just even John Cena, in my opinion, I think there's a very good chance that he ends up in AEW. Maybe that's too crazy because all he does ever is kiss Vince McMahon's ass, but I think that's exactly why he might go to AEW. He has put himself on a level far greater than anyone else on WWE's roster, and once he gets that 17th world title, he's not really going to have much else to prove, and he really already doesn't. But I think that he could end up with AEW to just have some more feuds. You see how obsessed he is with CM Punk on his social media. I'm sure he wants to actually have another match with him potentially before he retires. He might end up back in WWE, like, almost definitely, but he's John Cena. He's made millions of dollars. He's following the same footsteps of The Rock, and I think he could just do whatever he wants. And he would be welcome in AEW, of course. So, just wrestling is fun, and if you want to tell people to watch wrestling, then you gotta share this video with them and let them know just how fucking cool it is to be a wrestling fan. It is so fun, and you gotta do it. So yeah, like the video, leave a comment down below on what you think about this video and what you think about wrestling in general. I'm really interested in everyone's opinion. And yeah, just stick with me. Have a great life. I hope y'all have been doing great. And yeah, peace out.